let's talk about creating your own little veggie garden at your home. Please welcome Frank Ferragine.
Hey. How are you?
That looks good, huh?
I'm wondering how you eat that thing, though.
I don't know. Cut it up and give each of you some of the greens. What do you guys do for Friday night? You've got to be exhausted on Fridays.
I am, because I'm up at 3 o'clock every morning.
Yes.
So by Friday night, it all depends. Sometimes we do fish often, so fish on Fridays.
Yes.
Being a Catholic.
Yeah, that's the norm too. We used to do that a lot.
It's quick and easy.
Yeah.
It's really, fish is really fast. And my kids love to eat fish. I take them to the fishmonger, and they get to pick what they want to eat, and usually they want a fish with a head on it. Always.
Of course.
They're boys.
They're
boys.
Looking at you.
My wife doesn't like it so much, but whatever.
So when you want to get into making a veggie garden, a lot of people think, you need a ton of space. You don't.
No.
Depending on the veggies that you choose.
Yeah, and it really depends upon, first, how much space you have available.
Right.
And a lot of people, there's smaller properties now, so there's some really good choices that you can come and you can grow in small spaces and containers, and then there's a lot of bad choices.
Right.
So let's let you pick.
What's good and what's bad?
Let's do a bad choice.
So if I wanted to have a little veggie garden, I would not grow tomatoes.
Okay.
I think that they grow out of control. They can grow out of control.
So it depends on the variety. So if we go over here, I'll grab this variety of tomatoes, which is here. This is an heirloom variety of tomatoes, and you can see it's more of a green, large size, large plant. It's an indeterminate plant. So when you see the word indeterminate on a tomato plant, that means it's a vine type plant that'll grow really, really big. Huge. So what you want to do is you want to look for a different variety, which is a determinate variety. And this one over here is more of a bush beefsteak. So this is a bush, meaning that it's going to be smaller, meant to be in containers, and meant to be in small spaces, and also with yields, it's going to still yield you enough tomatoes.
So that's not going to be unruly?
Not unruly whatsoever. It can grow in a very small space. So if you're looking to grow tomatoes in small spaces, look for determinate and or bush varieties.
Okay, very cool.
Another bad choice.
This has got to be a bad choice.
It is, indeed.
Because I have seen these grow basically to the size of your body.
Well,
like, the squash can grow just forever.
Well, they can grow forever. They can grow. You can actually.
They get huge.
You can vine them up and tie them up and grow them vertically and have them hang down if you want to grow them in a small space. But anything from the squash family, including pumpkins, can take. Some pumpkin plants can take a 40 by 40 foot space. Some squash plants can do the same. So anything from the squash family, and that also includes cucumbers.
Yeah, they can get huge.
They can get huge. So those are some bad varieties. Now let's go to a good variety. What's a good variety?
What do we have over here? You know what? I feel like these herbs, these can be contained.
They can be contained. A little word of warning too for small spaces.
Yeah.
When it comes to this guy right here, which is mint. Mint
is out of control.
It can get out of control.
That's true.
If you plant this in the ground, this thing's going to go everywhere.
It'll take over.
And the next thing, but I will tell you, coming up, I'm going to tell you how you can use mint inside the home, not for cooking.
Oh, really?
It's going to be kind of fun.
What are we using it for?
You never know when Randy's in the house too.
I will stay tuned.
I really want to tell you about beets. Beets is a good choice. The reason why it's a good choice for a small space garden is not only can you use the bottoms, but you can use the tops. Beet tops are really good. You can use them as they're growing in sprouts. So you can all the way through. Really good choice to do that too. As well as when it comes to things like radishes and spinach. These are early crops that you can do successions of planting. Meaning what you can do is you can grow them early in the spring, and then what's going to happen is you're going to harvest them. You're going to save some seed. During the summer months, you really don't want to plant them because they don't like the heat. But then late summer, you plant them again, and you get second and third crops.
Okay, very cool. I want to talk about potatoes for a second.
Yeah, so potatoes.
Now, is this going to be a manageable thing to grow in a smaller veggie garden?
You can have some fun growing them in a container.
Yeah.
But I would say if you want a big yield of potatoes, you're better off to buy them. It's the same thing with onions like this too. They will take a lot of space, and let's really think about it. In Canada, the one thing that we have is really affordable produce.
Yes.
Especially potatoes and onions, carrots, they're all really inexpensive at the grocery store.
Yes.
And you usually have a good source of them. I know right now that you can buy these guys for a 10-pound bag for about $3.
Oh yeah, get them by the bag.
You get them by the bag. Really, another good one too is some of we can go over there, the peppers.
Yeah.
Peppers are really good, as well as hot peppers. All those different varieties are great for small spaces, and the cayenne peppers are fantastic. And that, we talked about this just a few weeks ago, a huge trend that's out there. Garlic. Garlic should be grown almost in every garden. The reason why I say that garlic should be grown in almost every garden is this guy here will repel aphids and repel insects. Not only will it be great in a small space, you get great yields out of it, but it also is dual in the sense that it's a companion plant that helps other plants around it.
That is very smart. So when you want to start your veggie garden, think very carefully about just the type that you are growing in your small space.
And
you don't want it to take over.
And an ideal space is about 4 by 8 feet.
Okay.
32 square feet. You should be able to feed your family quite well during the summer.
That's very cool. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to break. We got more coming up. Thanks, Frankie.